Hello and welcome guys, it's Leon Street here from businessownerelevation.com. It's Whiteboard Wednesday. It's been a while, but I'm back. Bigger, happier, more exciting than ever. Actually not bigger, I don't want to be too big, I want to be just as I am. But anyway guys, so I've got a really great topic for you today, coaches, consultants and business owners. We have got a really interesting one and I really do hope you appreciate my artistic skills. So I'm going to be covering today, coaches, are you fishing in the right pond? So what am I talking about? I'm talking about, are you getting and attracting leads, clients in the right places? You see, a lot of the time, especially, online, there's a lot of people who say, find people here, do this, do Facebook, do Insta, do Twitter, do LinkedIn, do SEO, paid advertising. And it's kind of like, are your audience there? Or more importantly, are you getting results from those marketing channels that you're actually putting your message out on? And a lot of the time, people aren't. It's the reality. People aren't actually hooking leads. They aren't hooking prospects. They're not getting clients. They're putting out good messages. They're putting out good stuff, good content, but actually they're not getting people. And I want to cover a couple of key areas that you can take on board to actually take your business to the next level. So before we get into that, if you've got any questions as I'm going through this today, please comment below this video. Please share it as well if you feel that the content is of value and you think it will help somebody else who you know, in particular a coach or a consultant. And if you've got any particular requests, just drop it into the comments below. So I'm going to take you through some key points. If this is the first time you've come across me or my content, I'm a marketing coach and I help people to attract and get more leads into their business. Today, I'm going to take you through those few key steps about how you can fish in the right pond and attract more leads. Because at the end of the day, if you're running a coaching business, running a consultancy business, you're not running a charity, you're running something that is going to get you customers. So you can put some cash in the bank and go deliver value to your client. So the first thing is, I want to point out let's get the blue pen for this one. Channels, otherwise known as media. So a lot of the time when I'm talking about, especially in this one, are you fishing in the right pond? Are you on the right channel? Are you on the right media? Now, a lot of you out there will be using some of the ones that I mentioned earlier. I'll list off a few of them. So you've got like Facebook, you've got LinkedIn, you've got Twitter, you've got YouTube, there's going to be Insta, let's put with the I, have I missed anywhere? Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitter, Insta. Now I think they're the main ones that I want to talk about anyway. Then you've got some of the other opportunities to attract people in. So you'll have things like, I'm going to put PPC, which are paid ads. You're going to have SEO, so search engine marketing, search engine optimization. Then you may have things like email, if you've got an email list, if you don't have an email list. And there's a few different areas that we can, really lock into in a moment. But the first thing is, I want to know, guys, like how many of you are actually actively marketing your business on these channels right now? At the moment, obviously we're live on Facebook, but what we'll also be doing is taking the video of this and then we'll probably repurpose this onto YouTube and then put it into LinkedIn. The whole point of this is so that we can really attract in more leads. If you're hearing noises in the background, guys, I apologize. We've got our windows open because it's been a little warm and so there's some activity going on outside. But hopefully, you're hearing me loud and clear. I'm just checking just to see if there are any comments as I'm going out live. If you have got any special requests as well as I'm going through this, please interact and engage, guys. So let me just double check one more time. I'm going to check with Adam. Is this in the community as well? All right, nice one, perfect. So anyway, so a lot of you'll be putting out your message into these channels: Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram. You'll be doing things like pay-per-click, SEO, email. Now, one of the key things really just to figure out, are you fishing in the right or the wrong pond is this. It's very straightforward. Are you getting leads? Yeah. So I'm not talking about just likes, comments or shares. Are you getting leads? Because really, for me, when you're on a channel, that's all that matters. Because I'll be straight up with you, a lot of my clients, they don't like my stuff, they don't comment on my stuff, and they don't share my stuff before they're a client. They see my stuff, but ultimately what I'm looking for is, do I get a lead? So I'm looking for, is somebody opting in? Let me try a different pen here, just in case. I think that one's running out a little. So are they opting in, or are they booking a call? That's what I'm looking for. Because for me, this is what a lead is. Yeah, somebody opts in, somebody books a call. Because I know if I'm putting my message out on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, if I'm doing pay-per-click on Google AdWords or Facebook ads, SEO or email, this is what I'm looking for. Email slightly different, obviously, because what I'll be looking for there is if somebody re-engages who's on my list, and then I can get them to a point where they've either opted in for something else. So, you know, just warming them up even more, showing more of a commitment to the message, what I'm putting out, and their commitment to actually finding out more from me, and then ultimately getting them to book in for a call. That's what I'm looking for, because ultimately it doesn't matter where you show up as long as this is happening. Now, you can be doing things as well, like, I'll add to this, you might be doing things like a podcast. I think this pen is starting to run a bit low. I'll just go over it a bit more. So you could be doing things like podcasting. So you might be on iTunes. That's another channel, another media where you can put your message out there. Cheers, and my assistant as if by magic brought me another pen. We'll see if that one works. But the thing is, ultimately, you can put out a lot of good content, and you'll get people who will watch your content, consume your content, and they'll never like it, they'll never comment on it, and that's okay. Because what you're looking for, ultimately, is it generating you opt-ins, and are you getting people booking in for a call? So if you're a coach, you're probably looking for people to book in for discovery calls, strategy sessions, that type of stuff. And that really is probably going to be your KPI, your barometer of how successful fishing in the right pond is for you when it comes to the different channels. Now, if you're not getting results, that's obviously going to be a problem. And what I want to look at for point number 2, and yes, this pen is working, is really, what is the niche that you serve? Yeah, because ultimately your niche is going to lead you or give you clues as to why maybe things aren't working on any of these channels or on the right places. So what is it that you're looking for with the niche? I'll put this in red. You're looking for, where do they hang out? You see, ultimately, you're looking for, where do these people hang out? The potential clients, the niche, where do they hang out? That's what you're looking for. Because if, as an example, you serve a client, so I'm going to take me, for example, I help business coaches, life coaches, executive coaches, that type of thing, people into transformation coaching. I'm going to be looking for, where do these people hang out? So I'm going to be serving them as a business to another business. Yeah. So for me, I know that I've got a good opportunity on Facebook, and I've got a good opportunity on LinkedIn, and I've probably got some opportunity on Instagram and YouTube. On a discount Twitter for the moment, because I just don't actively use it. I have got a Twitter profile, and I used to be big on it about 2 years ago. If you've got a really engaged and active Twitter, then great, you know, this will apply as well. But you've got to be clear on where do they hang out, and you've got to find exactly where they hang out. So for instance, if you were looking at, well, let's say business and life coaches are on Facebook or LinkedIn, what I'd be doing is looking at places like pages, and then I'd also be looking at groups. Yeah. So I'm looking for, where can I find more of these types of people? Because that's the key. Because if on these platforms I'm not getting opt-ins and people getting booking calls, I'm probably missing the exact place where these people are. Because maybe, you know, I've seen people out there who've marketed and they're using it or basing it off their friends, their personal profile, and maybe they've got 1,000 friends. and then they're saying Facebook isn't working. Maybe their Facebook page has got 100 likes or whatever, and they're saying that Facebook or LinkedIn doesn't work. And the reality is that you probably haven't digged. You've got to find out where they're hanging out. They may be on other pages. There may be pages with influencers or other businesses in your market. So if, for example, you're in the B2B market, find out who are the popular companies, the popular people, where your potential niche are engaging and interacting. Find out the groups on Facebook, LinkedIn, where your niche is interacting and engaging, yeah, and show up there. That's the important thing, because once you understand where your niche are, where they hang out, you can go and serve them. So I'll put another one on here. So you might even have forums. Yeah, that's another place where you can find people, which will just be like an external website. But the key is explore the channels. Are you getting opt-ins and are you getting calls being booked if you're getting into messages, direct messages, private messages? And then ultimately, are you then going to find out exactly where they hang out if you're not getting opt-ins or people booking in for calls? That's the next step. So with that in mind, let's say, yes, you are finding out where these people hang out. Well, the next step is, well, if you're not getting the opt-ins and people booking in for calls, what you've really got to understand is the problem or need that these people have in this niche. So the problem or the need, yeah? And what you've got to do is show the niche on the channels how you solve the problem or serve their need in a way that doesn't push your product but adds value. That's the key here. So a great way to add value would be, maybe you have a podcast, maybe you have a YouTube channel with videos on there, maybe you put good content out onto Facebook, maybe, and I'll just put this in here, tiled with this, on your website, you've got a blog. Maybe you share just good messages and you put good value out into these places that shows people how to, and this is an important point here. Yeah, and when you show people how to, you simply explain what is involved in the steps. So let me just highlight that. So hopefully this is making sense so far, guys. So to make sure you're fishing in the right places, you're looking at the channels, and the channels are the media. On there, you're looking for, am I getting leads? Leads are opt-ins and people booking in for calls, especially if you're a coach, for strategy sessions, for breakthrough sessions, enrollment sessions, that type of stuff. You're looking at Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram. You're looking at places like your PPC SEO, your website, maybe blog, email, podcast, forum. These are all the media that you can put out. But just because you've got a podcast doesn't mean that you're going to get leads. It doesn't mean that's where your target audience, your niche, are hanging out. And that's the key thing. You've got to make sure ultimately that you find out where these people hang out. So if you say, oh, I've got a podcast, got a YouTube channel, but I'm not getting leads, people aren't showing up, people aren't engaging, I'm not getting the comments, well, actually, maybe they don't hang out there. Maybe they're not seeing that stuff. Even if you are paying for ads, you know, if you're putting it out on your personal profile, maybe it's just not enough people seeing that stuff. So what you've got to do is go to the next level, find out where they hang out. In particular, look at Facebook pages, LinkedIn company pages, Facebook groups, LinkedIn groups, forums, and get in front of these people by clearly knowing that actually you understand how to fix their problem or serve their need, and then add value by showing how-to content, valuable content that helps them fix their problem or serve their need, so that they see enough value in what you do in order to opt in for maybe a webinar, a free guide, some kind of video, could be a cheat sheet, anything like that. Or they simply want to speak to you because they want to book in a call. And this is in essence the kind of simplicity around your approach to figure out, are you fishing in the right pond? Because otherwise, look, I'll be straight up with you. I'm just checking if there are any comments, guys, by the way. You can get caught up in marketing for marketing's sake and just creating noise in the marketplace, but not actually generating leads. And I've been there myself. I've seen clients before they were clients, and also clients when they come on board as a client, and seeing what they're up to and kind of fooling themselves and saying, look, I'm putting all this content out there. I'm doing videos, I'm doing podcasting, I'm doing blogs, X, Y, Z. And it's like, nobody's seeing them. So that's step one, nobody's seeing them, no visibility. They're in a place of obscurity. And obscurity is actually your biggest challenge in marketing, when nobody knows you exist, so they can't buy from you. So what you've got to do, find out where people hang out. Might sound obvious, but really, make sure you know that that's where your niche is. They hang out in whatever place, Facebook pages, groups. Get to know them, create your own group, and maybe you create your own community, start building that. And then from there, add value by putting your content in front of them. And that will ultimately show you whether your content's working to help you to drive opt-ins and also people booking in calls. And that's how you'll identify whether you're fishing in the right pond. Because you know what? I'd hate for you to waste any more time doing any of these types of activities over here, only to find that a month, 3 months, 6 months, 12 months down the line, I've still not generated the right amount of leads for the great value that I bring, just because you're fishing in the wrong place, i.e. on the wrong channels, or not dig deep enough into some of the other places, pages and groups where your community or niche are actually hanging out. So hopefully that's been of value to you guys. If you've got any questions in particular around marketing using the different channels, then please let me know. Just to give you an example, in the past 2 months on LinkedIn, we've generated somewhere, I think in the region of coming near to now, over 600 leads organically. Yeah, and that has come from a mix of groups and a mix of just us posting stuff out onto my personal profile on LinkedIn. Yeah, so that's just one example of us fishing in the right place. We're generating leads on Facebook, but I think at the moment we're probably at 50-to-1 ratio compared to LinkedIn. And so what I'm saying to you guys is that a lot of this stuff doesn't have to cost. It just takes for you to find out where your niche is, go do the work and generate real results. So if you serve business to business and you're not currently on LinkedIn, or you've not really given it much energy, maybe you want to give it a bit more time. If you serve B2C, so just normal consumers, maybe you want to give more emphasis to what's going on Facebook and then on Instagram. But it's up to you to test. And then here is the real indicator. Are you getting opt-ins? Are you getting people booking calls? Likes, shares are all great. Comments are great. But actually, they don't add cash to your bank account. And that's what I want to see you guys to achieve. So if you found this useful, give me a thumbs up, give me a like, give me a heart. If you've got any questions, any particular challenges around any of this, or you're facing some problems in your coaching business and you want some support, simply reach out to me, drop a comment below saying help, and I'll respond to you. Otherwise, you can just send me a message once you see this video. It's Leon Street from businessownerelevation.com, taking your coaching business to the next level and smashing your marketing right through to the stratosphere. Anyway, I'll catch you on the next Whiteboard Wednesday. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you very soon.